County property owners are on the hook for 34.8% more in 2024. Hello everyone, I'm Gabby, your property manager here in Chicagoland. Today, I'll discuss the latest Cook County property taxes based on the Cook County Treasurer's Office 2023 tax bill analysis. In particular, the total amount billed for all of Cook County in 2023 is over $18.3 billion. This marks a $706 million increase from 2022, which is a rise of 4%. This is the 30th consecutive annual property tax increase in Cook County. Homeowners will bear most of the burden. They're responsible for nearly $611 million of the new taxes, which is 86.5% of the overall increase. Commercial properties will pick up nearly $103 million. Here are the property tax increases by region. North and Northwest suburbs, $213.7 million, a 4% increase. South and Southwest suburbs, $265.4 million, which is a 6.5% increase. And Chicago properties, $226.8 million, which is a 2.8% increase. So let's get started. How high are the property taxes in the suburbs and in Chicago in 2024? Nearly 343,400 homeowners experienced a tax hike, while more than 66,400 saw reductions. For commercial properties, taxes rose for more than 18,400 properties, with over 2,300 seeing decreases. The median residential tax bill increased by 3.2% to $7,234, and the commercial median rose by 4.2% to $30,469. Residential taxes grew by more than 5% in 7 municipalities and unincorporated township areas. These areas include Norwood Park Township with 9.2% increase, Prospect Heights with 7.9% rise, Niles at 6.9%, Northfield Township at 5.5%, Harwood Heights at 5.4%, Maine Township at 5.4%, and Wheeling at 5.2%. Overall, homeowner taxes declined in 6 municipalities and 1 unincorporated township area. For example, Elk Grove Township, where the number of homes being taxed decreased by 55 to 189, saw an 18.8% drop. Rosemont taxes decreased by 3.9%, Melrose Park 2.2%, North Lake by 2.7%, Franklin Park by 1.7%, and Barrington Hills by 0.2%. In terms of commercial properties, taxes declined in 6 municipalities and unincorporated township areas. Notably, unincorporated Schaumburg Township lost one of its 14 commercial properties, saw a 37.9% decline. Barrington Township, with just 2 commercial properties, was down by 14.1%, and Bartlett declined by 8.7%. Format Heights, a small village in far southeastern Cook County, tops the list for the highest tax increase. This village has a tax rate more than 4 times higher than Chicago's. This means a homeowner in Forth Heights pays over 4 times as much in property taxes as a similar property value in Chicago. Following Fort Heights, other areas with high tax rates exceeding 20% includes Phoenix, Riverdale, Park Forest, Harvey, Calumet City, and Dalton. Homeowners in these areas pay at least 3 times as much as those in Chicago, even though their rates have declined this year. Park Forest, previously holding the highest tax rate in Cook County and one of the highest in the country, saw a significant drop in its tax rate. The rate decreased from 43.5% in 2022 to 23.6% in 2023. This decline was due to the assessor's office determining that the assessed value of all the properties in the village had increased by $31.7 million, a 65% jump. Residential assessed values rose from about $38.5 million in 2023 to $71.6 million in 2022 and 2023, which is an 86% increase. In contrast, the value of commercial and industrial properties dropped from about $10.3 million to $8.8 million, which is a 14.7% decrease. Consequently, the median tax on Forest Park homeowners grew by $2,567 to $7,100 $153, which is a 56% increase. When high taxes force businesses to relocate or close, the resulting loss in tax collection shifts to the burden onto the remaining property owners, contributing to the outsized tax rates in many Cook County communities. So what caused the high property tax? The Cook County Treasurer's Office explained why they made policies that increase the tax bills. First is the exits of businesses and residents, which depletes the property tax base. Treasurer Maria Papas likened the situation to a scale, where the remaining residents and businesses have to bear the tax burden left by those who have departed. According to the Cook County Treasurer's Office, ongoing tax increase are also because of the lack of public participation in meetings where tax hike proposals are discussed. Maria Papas said each of these governments every year, once a year, has a meeting about whether or not they're going to increase. You know what? Nobody goes to those meetings. It's like the last election. 20% of the people voted. So if 20% of the people don't care enough to come out and do something about the fact that these bills are going up, it will just be 30 more years because the bills have gone up for 30 years. To reassure taxpayers, the Cook County Treasurer's Office included a new feature in their property tax bill, the Where Does Your Money Go? Which with this, you can type in your address or your PIN number to see a comparison of this year's bill to last year's. It also shows the amounts billed by each taxing district and shows whether taxes have gone up or down. Basically, how your tax dollars are allocated. In particular, the Cook County Treasurer's Office states 8 main factors behind the high property values. First, they completely removed all breaks related to COVID-19. In 2020, the Cook County assessors reduced assessed values by at least 10%, given that the COVID-19 pandemic would negatively impact home and some business values. But the complete removal of these adjustments resulted in a tax burden shift from commercial properties onto the residential ones. After eliminating the COVID tax breaks, the Cook County Assessor's Office reevaluated all properties. Nearly 74% of homeowners will owe more in taxes, while about 70% of commercial property owners will pay less. Some homeowners face steep increases as residential tax bills in the region surged from approximately $2.5 billion to nearly $2.9 billion, which is a 15.9% jump. In recent years, nearly 10,300 homeowners in the South and the Southwest suburbs paid no property taxes due to exemptions exceeding their home assessed values. This phenomenon began in 2018 when the state increased exemption values in Cook County amidst rising taxes in Chicago. However, this year, 4,189 of these homeowners will owe taxes due to significant increases in home assessments, which rose about 34% overall in these areas. The total amount of new tax billed to those homeowners surpassed $6.2 million, with the median bill being $1,115, and new bills ranging from a few cents to nearly $11,000. The assessor's office also reclassified 174 mixed commercial and residential buildings in the south and southwest suburbs. Previously, mixed commercial and apartment buildings with at least 7 units or more than 20,000 square feet were classified as residential and assessed at 10% of their market value. This is the apartment loophole. Under the new classification, buildings with at least 7 units or between 20,000 and 99,999 square feet and more than 35% of their space used for commercial purposes were reassessed. The residential portion is still assessed at 10%, but the commercial portion is now assessed at 25% of market value. This reclassification resulted in sharply higher tax bills for many properties. The tax bills on the 174 reclassified properties increased by nearly $1.8 million or 33%, totaling almost $7.1 million. The median bill rose by 43.6%. 18 properties saw their bill more than doubled, while 29 properties received lower bills, likely due to the change in the properties or successful assessment appeals. The 2021 state law aimed at protecting local taxing districts from government assessment errors errors continues to impact tax bills. This law, known as recapture, added an additional $136.3 million to bills across Cook County. The recapture law allocates school districts, park districts, and other agencies to recover funds refunded to taxpayers who had their assessments lowered by Illinois Property Tax Appeal Board, state courts, or county officers. Many taxing districts still receive millions in additional funds this year. Chicago Public Schools received nearly $41.9 million. The countrywide Metropolitan Water Reclamation District received nearly $8.4 million. The Chicago Park District received more than $3.8 million, and the Arlington Heights Township School District 214 received nearly $3.8 million. What keeps driving up property taxes in Cook County is the amount of levied by its government units, such as schools, village and city halls, libraries, and fire districts. Out of the 941 taxing agencies in Cook County, 687, or 73%, increase in their levies. School districts had the most significant levy increases in terms of dollar amounts. Overall, they sought $472.1 million more in 2023, which is a 5% increase. The increase was greater than 5% in some districts due to taxes on new properties, recaptured money, bond payment allocation, and higher annual increases authorized through referendums. Municipal governments had the second highest overall tax increase in 2023, rising by $54.8 million, or about 1.8%. The third highest increase came from community colleges, which increased their levies by $21.4 million, or 4.7%. Tip. Another reason why property taxes are still so high is because the amount owed to the TIF, which is the tax increment financing districts throughout Cook County, which was nearly $1.7 billion, an increase of $80.5 million. Only a small portion of TIF money goes to local taxing bodies, and most is reimbursed to developers. Nearly 70% of this year's $80.5 million increase in TIF bills will go to districts in Chicago. In Chicago, 110 of 125 TIF districts expect to collect more in property taxes, with taxes increasing by at least $1 million in 14 districts. The Chicago-Kenzie Conservation TIF District led all TIFs in tax increases, rising by $16.3 million to $150.9 million. Taxes also jumped in Chicago's two transit TIF districts by a combined $11.4 million to $86.3 million. Another significant increase occurred in the Chicago Central West TIF District, where taxes rose by $5.7 million to $47.1 million. Lastly, property tax bills are so high because, well, the assessor's office made a mistake. In fact, they admitted to miscalculating land values for over 4,400 homes in the south and southwest suburbs. These errors led to severe overassessments for homes on larger plots of land. The errors were discovered too late to be corrected before tax bills were calculated, printed, and mailed. So the erroneous bills were put on hold pending corrections. So you might be wondering, what's being done about the skyrocketing property taxes? When faced with high property taxes, people in Chicagoland are doing two things: A, appeal, and B, political will. Chicagoland homeowners experienced sticker shock with their latest property tax bills. For instance, Darrell Lloyd of unincorporated Chicago Heights received a tax bill with clerical errors. His second installment tax bill soared from $1,800 to over $30,000, a staggering 3,811% increase. The Cook County Assessor's Office acknowledged the mistake, explaining the permit was unintentionally applied to Lloyd's property, and it was erroneous by inflating its assessed value into 7 digits. Approximately 4,000 certificates of error for land valuations have been submitted, some dating back to 2018. According to Cook County Assessor's Office, this includes homeowners who missed exemptions for the 2023 tax year. Unfortunately for many, the opportunity to appeal their tax bills has passed. The Assessor's Office stated that homeowners cannot appeal their current tax bills. Homeowners should have submitted submitted an appeal during their reassessment cycle and can continue to appeal when their township open for appeals in subsequent years. Once township close, no further appeals can be made. The Cook County Assessor's Office advises homeowners to check the lower left-hand corner of their second installment property tax bill to ensure all exemptions are listed. If any are missing, homeowners can file a certificate of error. Mayors trying to reverse changes. With suburban residents facing significant increases in their property tax bills, a group of mayors is pushing to reverse some of these charges. Harvey Mayor Christopher Clark is among these mayors, actively pursuing efforts to address the surging property tax bills. He has the Hold the Tax initiative. It aims for a 0% increase in city's tax levy, encouraging other mayors from surrounding suburbs to do the same. Some local leaders are pledging not to raise municipal taxes to ease the impact on community members. He emphasized the need for collaboration with state, county, and local officials to find ways to reduce the tax burden. This includes discussion with the assessor, treasurer, and the clerk. Harvey is one of the 15 South suburb communities experiencing property tax bill increases of 30% or more. Harvey residents are concerned about the lack of funds for essential services like law enforcement and the water department, and said that the revenues should not be at the expense of high property taxes. Another mayor of an affected area is Mayor Joseph Woods at Park Forest. He stressed the need to change the system in Cook County, pointing out the inconsistencies and lack of uniformity in the assessor's office. He emphasized that the Cook County assessor and the Cook County treasurer must engage with the state and county leaders to find long-term solutions to the property tax crisis. Property tax bills are due by August 1st. When faced with an ultra-high property tax bill in Cook County, explore all available options for relief. Consult your local realtor, or better yet, hire a property manager. We at Nex-Gen Real Estate can help you conduct a thorough review of your property's assessed value and help you to identify any potential errors or mis-exemptions that could lower your tax burden. And if you feel like your property is no longer profitable due to high taxes, we can help market your property effectively, attract potential buyers, and negotiate the best possible sale price, making the transition as smooth and financially beneficial as possible. As always, you can find a link below to schedule a free consultation with me. So what's your experience with Cook County property taxes? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, where's your future?